Are your old-school monolithic applications slow to start and prone to total failure? Welcome to the container revolution. We'll show you how to break free from the past, packaging everything into independent portable units that run everywhere. Learn AKS for managed orchestration, giving you auto-scaling for millions of visitors and self-healing resilience. Keep your images private and secure with global replication, and explore serverless simplicity. This is the complete Container Solutions course for a digital age. Empower your business with a unified toolkit for a flexible, scalable, and resilient future. Watch the full series now and build the future on Azure. In the old days, software was often built as huge, single blocks, monolithic apps. They were a nightmare to update and even harder to move between servers, often leading to the classic "it works on my machine but fails in production" problem. Traditional servers and even heavy virtual machines, which run an entire operating system, just weren't flexible enough. The solution? The container revolution. Think of them like shipping containers. We pack everything an application needs into standardized boxes. These containers share a host OS kernel, keeping apps isolated and can be moved easily anywhere, from your laptop to the Azure cloud. This brings incredible advantages. Speed, container startup in seconds. Portability, your exact code, libraries, and settings run perfectly everywhere. And my favorite, Microservices. We break big apps into small, independent pieces. If one part, like the shopping cart, has an error, the rest of the app, like the login or profile, keeps working. Within the Azure ecosystem, developers can effortlessly build, store, and run these solutions with tools like AKS to manage everything securely and at scale. It's the flexible, resilient future of business scaling. Welcome to your guide to Azure Kubernetes Service, or AKS. Running one or two containers is easy, but running 10,000? That's a nightmare. That's why we need an Orchestra conductor, and that is Kubernetes. It ensures every musician or container is playing at the right time and replaces them if they hit a wrong note. Why AKS? Because Kubernetes is notoriously complex to set up. AKS is a managed service. This means Microsoft handles the control plane, the brains of the operation, while you simply focus on running your applications. This conductor brings amazing skills. First, effortless scaling. If your website suddenly gets 1 million visitors, AKS automatically adds more nodes or servers to handle the load. Second, self-healing. If a container crashes, AKS notices and restarts it instantly. Finally, it has security integration. AKS works with Microsoft Entra ID to control exactly who has permission to change your system, and it integrates with Azure Key Vault to keep your passwords and digital keys safe. Ever wondered where your containerized apps are stored before they are deployed? The Azure Container Registry, or ACR, acts as your private and secure digital warehouse. This is where your code, packaged in container boxes, lives. Think of ACR as your app's home base. A developer pushes a new version of your app into the locked warehouse, and a digital foreman, like our guide here, keeps everything organized and secure, protecting your private software from public view. It's not just a big storage pile. You can control who does what with precise, secure sharing and access. For instance, you could grant the engineering team permission to create new images, while the marketing team can only view them. This warehouse also offers global app deployment. By replicating images across different world regions, from East US to Europe, your app is always stored closer to local users, which means reduced lag and a faster experience for everyone. Finally, this whole process seamlessly integrates with the AKS Concert Conductor. ACR securely stores the boxes, AKS sees the application needs, and AKS pulls the images to run multiple containers for your app. It's an always-on image warehouse for smooth deployments. Welcome to your non-techie guide for serverless containers in Azure. Sometimes you don't need a massive orchestra like Kubernetes to handle thousands of containers. For simple tasks, orchestration just creates a nightmare of complexity and wires. That's where serverless simplicity comes in. Azure Container Instances, or ACI, is the absolute fastest and simplest way to run a container. You just provide the image and tell Azure to run it. ACI is perfect for processing a quick, one-time data file or testing an application before it scales. But if you need a middle ground between ACI and Kubernetes, Azure Container Apps is for you. It's built for microservices and can scale on events. This means it can stay at 0, saving you money, until an HTTP request hits your website, at which point it instantly multiplies to handle the traffic. It's all about smooth, scalable solutions for you and your local users. Welcome to the final leg of our journey, bridging the gap between specialized systems and environments outside the Microsoft cloud. First, let's look at highly specialized needs. While Kubernetes is the standard, Azure Service Fabric is Microsoft's own veteran technology. It's designed for high-intensity, stateful applications, apps like financial systems that handle millions of transactions per second and must remember data in real time. It powers massive services like Skype and Azure SQL Database. But what about the real world, where you have data in your own office, on AWS, or Google Cloud? Enter Azure Arc, the universal remote. Arc lets you control apps anywhere, bringing on-premises and multi-cloud servers into a single Azure dashboard with consistent security rules. Ultimately, your journey is about breaking free from the fragile, slow systems of the past and adopting flexible microservices. To do that, you must choose the right tool from the Azure toolkit. Use AKS for complex systems, ACR for secure storage, ACI for speed, Service Fabric for data intensity, and Arc to bring it all together. We started by transitioning from old, high-risk monolithic applications to portable, independent container units. Next, we mastered AKS for massive managed orchestration, effortless scaling for millions of users, and continuous self-healing resilience. We then built our own private image registry warehouse for globally close and replicated security. We compared serverless options from simple single tasks to event-driven container apps in Service Fabric. Finally, using Azure Arc as our multi-cloud remote, we connected everything across private and public clouds for a truly resilient future.